Clock in, clock in. Black guy that just walked in.
Ain't talking about no pay. Hold up, I ain't tryna talk what it is and what it ain't. We could write it up with chalk. I'm Big A, a big stepper, and I do this shit for real. Hold up, really in the field. Hold up, really cookie kill. All this hot shit out here got me tripping. Think I need some milk. I got 33 like Scottie Pippen. I could flip a whip. He don't tie his shoes, so now he tripping. Fill him up with penicillin. Being a bitch, I don't know the feeling. Rhyme with me, you know you winning.
Team like got a stun up, man. Yeah. All right, y'all see what's going on, bro. It's big. And when I say it's big, look how big it is. Look how many people that they got on this list. It's called Operation Drawdown. And y'all can see a couple familiar faces on it. And the reason why you can see a couple familiar faces on there is because those familiar faces be on the No Jumper podcast. Now, I ain't gonna lie, the moment I seen like the No Jumper podcast started becoming a whole lot gang related, I damn near knew something like this was gonna happen. Matter of fact, I knew something like this was gonna happen when I seen what Bricc Baby had to say after he said he got picked up by the feds. It was kind of obvious they was building a case on these boys.
Snitch, one of the worst labels you could put on a motherfucker from the streets.
Listen, I got questions, Bricc.
Yeah.
All right. On the video, you caught about 4 straight Class A felonies in Georgia, back to back to back to back, in the span of 2 years.
Yeah.
And you never went to prison. What the fuck happened?
I had a great attorney. I went to trial. How you say that shit disappeared when I went to trial on the gun case?
I'm just
You
saying.
can't look up the trial on the gun case?
That's all. Huh?
I said you can't look up the trial on the gun case. My shit got dismissed in trial.
Listen, I had a paralegal go through your. This is why the video took so
We
long.
could
I
call
had a
Daniel
paralegal-
Kane.
Huh?
I said I could call my lawyer. I could call Daniel Kane. You should be able to go research any type. I've never had an interrogation. The only one I had an interrogation on was probably when I was 17, and they definitely probably don't got that because I was telling the officer I went to fuck his daughter. And
Juvenile records are sealed regardless.
What the fuck?
What I'm saying, the paralegal, there was no further information about your cases. Which in Georgia, everything's out there. You can find anything about it. It's not like LA where they seal everything. So
I could get whatever from my lawyers or whatever. I gotta go get. I already know my shit.
I gotta put something else out there.
But nah, my shit got dismissed second day of trial.
All right, I got a better question. I was on Snoopy Badass's stream earlier watching, and by the way, horrible stream. He was watching. He was reacting to my video.
Yeah,
what he said was that he thinks that you took down BMX. And he was saying that you're the reason why Big Meech went down, and that when you caught those 75 pounds, that
Big Meech was already in jail. What the fuck are you talking
Wait,
about?
how is that not an amazing stream? What are you talking about, Swab? That sounds incredible. He really said that?
Yeah, he said it, but his quality was so bad that it I'm gonna get him right.
You gotta respect him. You gotta respect him for doing a Sherm stream, though. You feel me? That's a YouTube first.
You love a good snitch streamer, huh? Talk about I'm gonna get him right. I'm gonna get him right.
But listen. I never said in the video that you had anything to do with Big Meech going down. I never even insinuated that because they went down. They went down in 05. Your case was in 06.
Yeah.
So
if you ask me, Bricc kind of cleared that up right here. So now that we see that Bricc got locked up for the situation that just happened, is it safe to say right now, y'all, that Bricc Baby probably wasn't and hasn't been an informant at all? Or is he still an informant in your book, but he's just going through all the scary movie tactics to not be caught? Tell it. That means get arrested with everybody, go through what everybody else going through, and whoop wham shabam. You feel me? I don't know, but that's hard for me to think, because I ain't gonna lie to you. Folks that tell, bro, it's not trying to get locked up, especially not on no federal indictment, because I don't think there's any way you could squeeze yourself out of that unless you publicly tell on somebody. You feel me? Now, Wack 100 been pointing out that Bricc Baby been a snitch for a minute. he been making claims that Bricc had to been given some type of information for him to, you know, be going through this stuff and then not get locked up behind it. But for some reason, Bricc Baby just kept covering himself when it came to the Lil Durk situation. You know, now next I'm gonna hear something about this, but to be honest, they saying Wack is in paperwork on this situation. But this what Wack had to say about Bricc Baby being an informant.
Right? That he had a DA reject in Compton Court for the AK-47.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I did? I called Mr. Reggie Wright. Reggie, he said, Wack, I got a few DAs down there. He goes, his first, last name, date of birth, whatever, January, whatever, 86, right? Great. Reggie goes and runs it, comes on my YouTube, on The Honey Show, and says, ran it. On that date, the only charge he was arrested for that the state charged him with was possession of drugs. The AK-47 was not charged on the state side, which means he said himself it was two agencies. I didn't say it. The feds and LAPD. That means it's on the fed side. So why would you tell me out of your mouth you got a DA reject for an AK-47 out of Compton Court when you know darn well that you was never charged with the gun on the state side. The feds have it.
But isn't that the DA reject thing? They didn't charge him because it was rejected?
No, it was two agencies. The feds is holding the AK. That is look, it's one thing to have a possession of a firearm.
Uh-huh.
AKs are illegal in the state of California. They're not DA rejecting that. But what I'm telling you is it was never picked up by the state. The feds are holding it. He knew it. Only thing I'm doing is going over what he's saying.
So you think that he's a federal informant?
I think he's definitely working.
All right, you heard it loud and clear from Wack. Wack feels like Bricc Baby is working. It's sad to say, it takes for somebody to go down for a federal indictment for people to probably finally say, damn, bro probably wasn't working the whole time. Now the fact that Wack 100 did that, now they putting question marks all over Wack 100 right now.
Yo, Wack, what's up with this screenshot that Traplo Ross sent me of you begging Big U not to kill you?
That's cap. That's an AI. That ain't me.
It's in the indictment. It's in the indictment that you were saying, don't do this. My wife, my kids in the car. Draws. Don't do this.
That's not a text message.
No, it was a real life conversation. Henley recounted to Victim 1 an incident in which Henley and the Rollin 60's gang members chased down Wack 100 attempting to hurt him. There's 15 to 20 N-words with us with hoodies tied down. I got my hoodie on, all black, tied down.
Are you saying Big U told the police this?
I believe they have like a recording of him doing this.
Yeah, that's on him, bro. That ain't me.
Why would somebody wear a wire and do that, though?
I'm telling
Ask
them.
him, nigga. Don't ask me. Shit. It says, who said that?
I mean, it says that this is from 2022 in June or early month before May.
That's him saying that shit, right?
It says though.
Gotta ask him.
It was like okay.
Talk to me about.
No,
Talk to me about what they say I said.
Okay, it was Big U telling somebody else, Victim 1, that they basically ran down on you and made you beg for.
Okay, so what you got to do, Adam? You got to ask that dummy why he did that.
Probably not going to be able to ask him anytime soon.
Said what he said. Get your facts right, Adam.
No, I'm just reading this. The Traplo Ross just sent me the screenshot, and I'm like, oh, man, shit,
listen,
Wack 100?
You got to ask that dummy. And I'm glad he said it like that. You right. I was scared for my life. I didn't do nothing.
Damn.
Great. I think you know the real story, Adam, but if he want to put the 10 on it like that, that's cool. Hey, you know what? I agree. That's how it happened. Adam, you ain't stupid. That's the parking lot situation. If that was the case, you wouldn't have stopped. He know what stopped him, but if he's saying that's what stopped him, great. But that came out of his mouth, not mine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, there you go. Talk to Wack about what they say Wack said.
I ain't gonna lie. Wack just pulled the biggest Uno reverse card I seen in the Uno revert in the Uno card game playing century. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. At first I was like, damn, ooh, Wack, did you really tell him that? And then he's rereading it, rewording it, and it sounds like the dude Big U was low-key damn near telling on himself to the people. Now me questioning why would he do that is damn near slow as hell for me to ask, right? Cause it's like, I ain't gonna lie, once you in that culture, it's like you really gotta make yourself to be tough as hell. I'm talking about in any situation. It could be as simple as buying some ice cream at the damn ice cream truck. You gotta make it look as gangster as possible, as vicious as possible. Nigga, I ain't lick my ice cream, I bit it every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta add extra sauce and emphasis to everything you do. So I ain't surprised if what he just read was really Big U telling on himself. Because it's like, I think these boys damn near got a habit of telling on themselves. Because Loose Cannon did the same thing. Bro told on himself.
So basically, it's like, cause he'll be like, he'll manipulate things. Like, we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to, counting everything, right? And we be like, how the get that? Oh, well, we're gonna just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But cause it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police. I seen he get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that, and I didn't catch on. So it was like, I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm
high-tech shit.
I'm his right-hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? And then like,
now y'all, I know y'all ain't gonna tell me that ain't stupid, right? Now, as much as it is stupid for him to talk about it, bro, it is crazy the fact that he brought up this situation as if like he knew it was dumb, but he knew it would probably shine a light on a bigger situation at hand. I don't know, it's kind of giving me the vibes that he feel like Big U was calculating every move they was making within the group to damn near like set everybody up. Cause like bro feeling like he was getting set up and everything was just weird to him. And then as you can see right here, it says Williams later admitted to this robbery and aftermath on the No Jumper podcast after stating that Williams was Henley's right-hand man. Williams explained, so basically he'll manipulate things, we'll go and do something, and then the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later as we trying to count everything, and we be like, how the F? Williams then said the Henley would state, well, we just going to give like 40,000 back. Wack 100, who is a rival counterpart of. Now, y'all get the whole gist of this. Like, bro, they literally using interviews from No Jumper to yam these boys up. I wouldn't be surprised if this whole case has everything to do with the No Jumper podcast and everybody else speaking that got gang ties, bro. It's like, bro, if y'all ain't see this was already finna happen to a lot of these boys that go on No Jumper, I don't know what to tell y'all. Cause I think I did a video months and months ago letting it be known doing this is gonna end up in people catching charges, bro. RICOs to be exact. And this is exactly what's happening before our eyes, bro. But one of the forefront cases that, kind of got Big U tied up is, I believe, a dude that was living with him ended up being killed, and now they're blaming Big U for it because supposedly his DNA was found in Lil Bro nails.
Since of April. They still ain't arrested you, nigga? Well, they told me between me and you, please, between me and you, don't tell nobody because they don't want nobody to know. They're going to be making an arrest the ending of March, the beginning of April.
Now, that was the family talking to Wack 100, basically saying that he'll be arrested at the end of March, early April. And I ain't gonna lie, she was speaking facts, but because she hit it on the dot. She hit it on timing, but it ain't mention the part where his DNA was found under the nails. So let's watch that too.
Man, we got some pretty disturbing news, man. And y'all remember a couple days ago when I mentioned that case where the kid, the football player, it was Big U's son's best friend, played on the football team, who was living with Big U, was killed. And they were saying that Big U didn't show up to the funeral, never contacted the mother for any type of support, anything. Just blocked her and everything, right? It was just like, damn, bro, like you always say if you know anything about these gang murders to give you the information. But when the football player is the best friend of your son who was living with you turns up dead, you don't want nothing to do with nothing, right? So the news came out today, this morning. The mother said that Big U has been denying to give his DNA. So they had to send a warrant to get Big U's DNA. You want to take a wild guess whose DNA came back on his son? Big U, Eugene Henley's DNA came back on her son's fingernails.
Now, y'all heard what he just said, right? Now, I'm going to be the person who like kind of clarifies certain things. So I want to be fully transparent, bro, and let y'all know if something cap or it's not, bro. But when he did say his DNA was found under bro nails, that wasn't the only thing found under his nails. Obviously, it was a lot of stuff found under his nails. And what the report really said is he could not be excluded, meaning that, yeah, we didn't not find it, but also we didn't just find just his DNA. You know, it could have been a whole bunch of people's DNA. It says authorities compared DNA collected from Williams' body to Haney's DNA profile. The results was inconclusive, but Henry could not be excluded as a suspect according to the complaint. So that just basically means like, bro, he can't be excluded from it, but his DNA was not the only DNA they found. But man, for the most part, bro, it's just all over the place. And I guess all we could do is really follow up on this situation, and let's close it out on really seeing like the officials announce the Rollin 60's neighborhood Crips gang arrest. They had a press about it. Let's check it out.
Good morning. I'm Joe McNally, the acting United States Attorney here in Los Angeles. Today, we're here to announce federal criminal charges against Eugene Henley Jr., a career criminal known as Big U, who used his contacts and leadership role in the Crips criminal street gang, the entertainment industry, and a youth charity to further his own criminal enterprise, an enterprise that engaged in murder, extortion, robbery, human trafficking, COVID fraud, and other felonies. Mr. Henley and several other individuals linked to him and his criminal enterprise were charged in a criminal complaint with federal racketeering conspiracy. Mr. Henley is a fugitive, and he is currently wanted by federal law enforcement. Other individuals linked to his criminal enterprise were arrested today, approximately 10 defendants who are charged in various indictments. Again, Mr. Henley is a fugitive. 4 defendants are in state custody and will be transferred into federal custody, and we are still seeking Mr. Henley and another fugitive. The Department of Justice's top priority is eliminating violent crime caused by criminal street gangs and organized crime. These organizations cause a tremendous amount of harm in our communities. And today's arrests are part of our office's efforts, FBI, IRS, LAPD, the team you see up here, to make our community safer and rid our streets of these criminal street gangs, including ones operated by violent felons like Mr. Henley, who are posing as savvy businessmen and community leaders, but in the end are violent criminals. The affidavit filed with the criminal complaint alleges that Mr. Henley operated Big U Enterprises, a mafia-like organization that utilized Mr. Henley's stature and long-standing association with the Crips criminal street gang and other gangs here in Los Angeles to intimidate businesses and individuals in our communities. I want to stress that the allegations here in the complaint are allegations only, and the defendants are presumed innocent until proven otherwise. Let me talk a little bit about Mr. Henley and the street gang here. As I said, Mr. Henley is a widely known leader within the Rollin 60's. He rose to prominence in that gang decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and podcasts, all things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, developing options, which purports to help at youth risk escape gang life and escape the perils of gangs in high crime areas. The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, and the criminals that enabled him. For example, Mr. Henley engaged in a murder of a musician signed to his label in 2021 and dumped the victim's body in Las Vegas off of the I-15 freeway. He then attempted to evade and obstruct the investigation into the murder, including ordering witnesses not to speak with law enforcement. Henley's criminal enterprise also engaged in other crimes, including transporting prostitutes across state lines, extorting strip clubs, marijuana dispensaries, and other businesses, and fraudulently applying for COVID loans in the form of a business relief loan. On that application, Mr. Henley falsely stated that his music label, Unique Music, operated at a $200,000 profit in 2019 and was entitled to government assistance, despite the reality that the company had operated at a loss and was ineligible for such relief. Finally, Mr. Henley is accused of embezzling donations made by celebrities, professional athletes, and businesses to his charity, Developing Options, which, as I said, purports to give South LA at-risk youth alternatives to gang violence, drugs, and other criminal activity. Henley used this charity as a front. He used it to conceal his fraudulent activities, his criminal enterprises activities, and evade detection from law enforcement. If convicted on the racketeering conspiracy, he and his co-conspirators face approximately a 20-year federal prison sentence. I want to thank our federal law enforcement partners, our state law enforcement partners who brought about the result here today. The Los Angeles Metropolitan Gang Task Force from the FBI. It's comprised of FBI agents, LAPD officers, IRS Criminal Investigation, the U.S. Department of Justice Inspector General's Office, Los Angeles Police Department, the North Las Vegas Police Department. This case is a great example of state and federal law enforcement working together to address harm from a criminal enterprise. I also want to thank our prosecutors, Assistant U.S. Attorneys Kevin Butler and Jenna McCabe, for their diligence and dogged determination in this case.
Man, I know we just heard a whole lot. It's a whole lot to think about, man. But, you know, what caused them to create this case? Still kind of questionable. Don't know why, but I'm pretty sure it makes sense a little bit. I'm pretty sure it'll make more sense down the line. If y'all got any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll figure them out. But for the most part, tell me what y'all think about everything going on so far.